I'm not really a religious woman.
But sometimes there are those moments.
If you're listening, please, I need you right now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Halsey. Yeah. She's a YouTube record-breaking, Grammy-nominated, platinum-selling singer-songwriter who just released her third studio album. It's called Manic, and it's available now. Keep an eye out as well for the Manic World Tour coming to a city near you. Halsey, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Wow, that was quite the introduction.
What's your headspace like going into this?
You know, I have no problem walking on stage at Madison Square Garden, but if I have to sing in front of 15 people, I'm sweating. So this is one of those occasions, you know? My album just came out. You think that would be the priority on my mind, and instead I haven't been able to stop thinking about this for a week.
All right, so this first one is the classic.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll start at the handle here.
I can't eat. That's good, it's pretty standard.
I know that you're extremely hands-on in the studio and wrote or co-wrote every song on Manic, and I also noticed in the credit, you have producer credits all over the album as well. Beyond lyrics and melody, what are some of the elements of sound engineering that take a song from being a pretty good song to a huge stadium anthem?
Well, you know, for us it's a lot about putting things in the track that kind of help you figure out what you're supposed to feel. Where I'll find some sounds that I think are kind of indicative of the vibe or the world, and then we'll layer them throughout the whole record. Where you'll hear a sound or a pad that happens in track 2 and then it reoccurs in track 10 and you go, oh, and it makes the whole thing feel like a journey. So that's really cool.
What do you mean when you say that you want a song to sound drippy?
Oh, drippy, okay. The song is drippy. It's I don't know, sometimes it's cascading synths, arpeggiating sounds or xylophones, things that kind of twinkle and drop, sounds that sound really big at the beginning and then fall kind of into nothing. This should sound like rain. This should sound like a river. It kind of helps you get a perspective about how the music should flow.
And then you also include a voicemail from John Mayer on the album. And he seems to be, from talking to musicians over the years, pop music's consigliere or something.
Guru.
You know, he is so connected to artists and the mechanics of making great pop music.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to include that?
You know, I actually kind of did it selfishly. It was for myself. The voice note happens right before Without Me happens on the record, and John called me the week it came out and was like, this is gonna be your biggest song. And I was like, sure, and he was right.
It was a number 1.
I owed it to him, I owed it to him to put that on there. I feel like we have this conversation, he and I, a lot. When an album is self-aware that it has a hit on it, it's kind of this weird thing, because the album is not supposed to know it has a hit. Do you know what I mean? All songs are supposed to be treated equally, and it's all created fairly. So the fact that after that track, we introduced Without Me with this little voice note, it gives it this I don't know, it gives the album this self-awareness. It gives it a personality, kind of. You're so good. Am I taking big enough bites? How big are they supposed to be?
You know,
chomping?
I don't police that from over here. However, whatever you feel good with. But I would say that your textbook so far.
Okay.
So, your collaboration with K-pop supergroup BTS, it broke all sorts of Guinness World Records, including the most viewed YouTube video in 24 hours. How do K-pop fans differ from, say, your own legion of supporters or Selena Gomez fans or the Barbs? Is there a distinction?
They kind of move as a I don't even know how to put it, a nation almost. They operate in defense and support of BTS. They're always putting together charity events and donating in the name of the band to perpetuate their good name, kind of. But it's definitely intimidating.
Have you ever given any thought to where these super fan armies, where it all ends, where it all leads to? And I haven't really thread the needle on this question, so maybe I'll just talk out these random half thoughts that I have. But you'll read stories about they'll buy a billboard for the band or whatever. You read all these stories, they almost operate like a record label.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like all a circle in itself. So then I start to think, well, what if this continues to evolve, right? And then you can have an artist who breaks on the internet and then can be like self-sustained by this fan base.
Yeah, like a crowdfunded artist.
Exactly. And then at what point, if they're like working on your behalf, like to what point are you like beholden to them? Or like, what do you owe back, you know?
And then are you allowed to decide to stop? And they're like, no, we put all this money into you in this time. Yeah, that's definitely, sometimes it can feel that way anyway. You know, like when fans put so much effort into like buying the meet and greets or like buying the tickets or buying the merch. It's disingenuous that music is a business by nature, but it kind of makes it easier because like then you can kind of be a brat to like the corporation.
Right.
I mean, if the corporation is your fans, then like who are you like? Who's the man you're sticking it to?
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. Is it Hawaiian? No, it's from Fiji. What's the matter with me? I'm literally an idiot. There's like a Polynesian reminiscent character on the front. Okay, let's go.
Fiji Isles.
Okay. I'm like inspecting. Ramen's really good.
So, in a Rolling Stone profile, you made the bold claim that you can cook a better spicy rigatoni than expense account hotspot Carbone in New York City.
I still love me some Carbone, but I cook a pretty good spicy rigatoni.
For the people at home who want to channel Chef Halsey in the kitchen, can you break down step by step? We want the recipe.
Let's go. Okay. Well, I kind of make it different every time, which is the nature of it. You're supposed to. You know what I mean? It's kind of supposed to evolve. So some batches are better than others, but it's basically chili paste, heavy cream, a little bit of vodka, like actual vodka. Sometimes I use the cheapest one I can find because it like evaporates quicker, which is good. Yeah, saute some onions on the side. Get the onions super, super caramelized. Make your rigatoni. Sometimes I like to use different shaped pastas, but kind of make it a sauce. Very, very, very small chili paste. Then you mix that into the cream, add in some tomato paste, kind of create this like pink sauce, it's like vodka sauce. Put all that stuff together. I always add a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese and stir it up because it gives it that kind of like texture when it pulls apart. They don't do that at Carbone. And then a couple of chili flakes on top. Put together, salt to perfection, good to go. And one trick is to always save like a half a cup or a cup of your pasta water to add it back into the sauce. That's the old school trick. Yeah. Scotch bonnet mustard. That is mustardy.
You're a remarkably unsnobby music obsessive, you know?
Thanks.
You're not above, standing the boy bands, the classic boy bands.
I love Shawn Mendes.
You know what? Guess what?
What?
On the way here, I ran into Shawn Mendes in
No
the
way.
lobby of the hotel.
No way.
Yes.
Isn't he the sweetest guy?
He is the sweetest guy.
kid. It's the Canadians, man. They're all nice, but I don't know what they're doing over there.
And then I told him,
Probably free healthcare.
I'm like, we're on our way to go interview Halsey for Hot Ones. And then we were like talking about John Mayer, because then they have such a close relationship. And then he's like, oh, I was on the phone with John Mayer for like an hour last night.
So
and
was
like
I. So John must have no personal life.
It is all.
He just must be going through his phone, calling everybody. Wow, that's hilarious.
What do you think is the single greatest boy band song of all time?
Ooh. What do you consider a boy band? Like,
in my head, the sort of like class, like the NSYNCs,
classic boy band.
the Backstreet Boys, the 98 Degrees, the ridiculously underrated LFO.
You just really showed your age with 98 Degrees there. LFO.
Remember LFO?
Yeah. I mean, that record is
Summer Girls.
unbelievable. Summer Girls is probably
Girl
one
on
of the best
TV.
songs of all
Girl on
time.
TV is my. I want to go officially on record as saying that.
I like girls who wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
I'd take them if I had one wish.
That
Are you
is-
ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready
Ready
to
to go.
move on here, Halsey? All right.
Wow. That is hot.
All right, so at the fit spot, we always do this thing, recurring segment that we call Explain That Gram, where we do a deep dive on our guest Instagram, pull
Nope,
interesting
I gotta
pictures
go, I'm out.
that need more context. Is this Halloween or is this just like a creative endeavor?
That's what I look like all the time. No, it's Halloween. I went out with my boyfriend We had just started seeing each other, and I met all of his friends for the first time.
What an impression.
Yeah. And he was a good sport about it. He was like, "This is my girlfriend." Like, he was like super proud. But I was also like, forgot I looked like that. I was like talking to people and they were like, "Hey." Yeah, that was a good one.
It's Halloween, they gotta get off your back.
Ah, habanero. That's what you're getting me with. All right, I see you.
It's getting real over here.
All right, we going?
Let's go.
Okay. Basil. Basil. It's like an evil herb garden in my mouth. It tastes kind of like a very spicy candle, like potpourri.
They gotta put that testimonial right on the bottle.
Yeah, that'll sell
Halsey.
it for sure. Halsey says this tastes like hippie perfume.
So during last year's AMAs, you made headlines for a speech you made while accepting an award. You said, "I'm thankful to the fans because they're the people who really give a shit about music." What do you see as the disconnect between music fans and then the institutions and tastemakers that serve as the critical establishment in the music industry?
Well, it's hard, you know. Before I started making music, I was a painter. I was like a fine art major. So part of me like really does care about critical acclaim. And then there's another part of me who's like, my entire brand has been like, fuck critics, like the whole time.
And I think too now, fans have a platform for it. Like before, somebody else owned the pipes, like there was the column or like here's the music reviewer or whatever. But I love going on Rotten Tomatoes and then you can see like what critics think of it and then you can see what like the people think of it. And if I see a high people number and a low critic number, that's a movie I want to see.
Yeah, hell yeah. I actually got nervous when Manic came out because the reviews were so good. I was like, everyone's gonna hate it.
There's gonna be a course correction
That's what this means.
here.
Yeah. I was like, that's what this means. Everyone's gonna fucking hate it. Someone gave me this really good piece of advice once. They were like, if you're on stage and you're singing and they're singing louder than you are, then it's a fucking hit. And that's how I judge it now.
Words to live by from Halsey. Are you ready to move on?
Okay, this is the flaky one. Ghost pepper, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I'm really impressing myself right now.
In the room, not a dry eye in the house.
Oh yeah.
As someone who's good at contextualizing their life experiences in terms of larger universal themes, how have you filed away that incident in which you were accused of plagiarizing your own poem? Because that seems to me, it's like an absurdist parable for the digital age.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I had a really popular blog on Tumblr back in the day, and one of the poems I put on it was, "You were red, you liked me because I was blue. You touched me and suddenly I was a lilac sky, and you decided purple just wasn't for you." And it was just like, I was 18, and it was this like little poem about how, you know, you meet someone and then they make you different and then they decide they don't like the person they made you and they're out and you're like, well, you did this to me, you're not allowed to leave. So a couple years later, it ended up in one of my songs.
Colors.
Colors. And people were like, you stole that from Tumblr. And I was like, I stole it from my Tumblr. But yeah, it was good, it was humbling. It was a humbling experience. But now I don't post any of my shit online until it's like locked and loaded and like submitted to BMI or Universal Publishing or whatever, because I'm not trying to get called out.
You gotta lock it down. You gotta lock it down.
I get a lot of shit sometimes because all my songs are written by Ashley Frangipani.
Yeah, so like, who's this Ashley?
Yeah, everyone's like,
she's the puppet master behind Halsey.
Yeah, people are like, who's Ashley Frangipani? She's writing all Halsey songs. I'm like, okay, none of y'all can read. It's cool though. Here we go, Da Bomb. I took a big fucking bite. Oh yeah, I did. I imagine this is what it would feel like to drink acid and switch into the milk.
You and me both. Whoa, what in the world?
Coconut.
My first time.
Yeah.
I've never had coconut milk before.
Coconut milk.
That is strange.
Okay.
So there's few things we love more at Hot Ones than discussing the charms of regional cuisine in New Jersey. We've talked about it with the Jonas Brothers, Joe Budden, and now Halsey. What Garden State delicacy do you miss the most now that you live here in LA?
Taylor ham. Taylor ham or bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. Whoa.
Yeah.
Bruh. I think I burnt away whatever passage was between my ears and my throat. It's just one open canal now.
Oh no, everybody's gravy train's coming to a halt.
Okay. All right. Probably the funniest thing about New Jersey is the way people say like Italian foods. Like, if something ends with a vowel, you take the vowel off. So you'll say like mozzarella.
Mozzarella?
Yeah, prosciutto. Calamad. My ears are ringing.
Weird New Jersey, they have this guide to like
I know all about it.
the local legends and like the haunted spots.
I'm about to become one.
Have you ever been to the Pine Barrens?
Mm-hmm. Jersey Devil. That's where the Jersey Devil lives. In my mouth right now, it feels like.
Have you ever been to the Gates of Hell in Clifton?
Mm-hmm. It's in my eyes. It's in my eyeballs.
What was that place like?
It was, I don't remember. I can't think of anything right now. It was, oh my God, what is happening? Profanity houses are cool. Gates of Hell is cool. Jenny Jump is the coolest one. What's the story of, this girl that was like chased to the edge of a cliff, and her parents were abducted and about to be murdered, and they wanted her to save herself, so they said, "Jump, Jenny, jump," into the lake underneath, and supposedly she jumped and died, and her ghost haunts everyone. And there's another one. I'm just talking now. The profanity houses are pretty crazy. The inside of them is graffitied, like covered in curse words, like floor to ceiling, inside the kitchen cabinets, open the cabinet, inside the bathtub. It just says like, fuck, shit, cunt, motherfucker, fucking blood. That is some weird things that happen in like a super suburban state where there's not much going on, I guess. And all of us are bored because everyone we know lives somewhere cooler like Philly or New York. You know?
All right. Are you ready to move on?
How are you doing?
I was out quite late last night. Rallied here. We shot one of these yesterday. I'm hanging on by a
I need
thread
to put
over
chapstick
here.
on, I'm sorry.
Don't
Is this
apologize.
cheating?
Do
I
not
don't know.
apologize.
Okay. Oh my God, why is there so much on it? I don't know what's happening to me anymore.
So you seem to embrace onstage mistakes like a wig flying off of your head or forgetting the lyrics to a song. Is there a story that stands out to you now, something that you can look back on and laugh at?
The first time I played Madison Square Garden, yeah. I got on stage and it was like the biggest show of my life. And we sold the show out. And I get on stage and I'm like 3 songs in. I feel like I'm gonna faint. I got on stage and I'm like 3 songs in. And
I'm here for you. I'm here.
I'm like, where is the floor?
Catch me if I fall.
You're disqualified. He's disqualified. This is my show now. Okay, so I'm on stage, I'm like 3 songs in, and everything starts failing. The tracks, the lights, the visuals, the whole stage is completely black, and I'm just up there like looking around, like what's going on? Everyone's in my ears like, we need 2 minutes. I'm like, 2 fucking minutes. You know how long 2 minutes is on stage?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when they push me out and they're like, oh, it's gonna be just a minute, just hold the crowd. I'm like,
No,
what are you talking about?
2 minutes is so long on stage. And the show's also supposed to be going perfect. This is my dream show, you know what I mean? And I walked off stage and I was so fucking mad at how it happened, because what happened is somebody just tripped a wire for our playback laptop that ran all of our time code. And I love it now. I made it part of the show. That during Castle, the song where it happened, because it's like superstitious for us now, I'll stop the song in the middle of the first chorus and I start the whole song over, and I tell them they have to go even harder the second time. So we've kind of like embraced it, but it was for sure the scariest moment of my life.
All right, Halsey. This.
Last stab.
You know, you knew where it was going.
I don't know.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I do have to. I have a last stab tattoo.
Whoa! That's sick.
All right, we're doing it. Why can't I do this? Probably because I don't have any strength in my muscles, because I'm using all of it to hold myself upright right now. Okay.
Could have fooled me.
I need to stand up for a second.
Go ahead.
I'm not really a religious woman.
But sometimes there are those moments.
If you're listening, please, I need you right now. Okay. Cool. All right. I can't. I'm so scared. I don't know.
You're doing great.
Well, I might not. Oh, there's more water. There's more water. Oh, I'm doing amazing. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Hey, you too.
Yep.
Why am I scared now? I just did all of them. Okay. Do I have to? I bite on this spot. Yeah.
It's kind of
the point.
It's kind of the point.
Okay. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. Here we are at the end of the line. You know, we are so close to the summit of Spice Mountain.
Yeah.
But one thing that we have not talked about is Halsey the Gourmand. Here at First We Feast, we have admired your food tweets from afar. So it is so great to now have you in the seat so that we can bounce some of our favorites from over the years. This is a new segment that we're calling, Does Halsey Still Stand by These Food Tweets? First, Trader Joe's is so overwhelming.
It is. There's so much going on, and like, also, what's even in that store? Do they sell food or only snacks? Because it's like everywhere I go, I'm looking for like produce, and there's just only snacks everywhere. It's like, what the fuck?
On the topic of snacks, dry Oreos are so weird to me. Need dunkage.
Yeah, no, can't eat a dry Oreo. It's not happening.
Do you
No way.
coconut milk the Oreos?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, double stuffed is the standard. I pretend the normal stuff don't even exist.
Not on the rider.
Not on my radar.
Not on the rider. I could literally give no fucks about anything but chocolate milk and grilled cheese in this life.
Oh, you know what's so funny is I used to stand by that, and then I found out I was lactose intolerant, which I think I might have done to myself. I drank so much
chocolate milk.
I drank so much chocolate milk for 2 years that Nesquik gave me a lifetime supply. They shipped like cartons and cartons and cartons of chocolate milk to Anthony's house in the valley when we were living together when I first started out, and I think I drank myself into lactose intolerance. I'm not even kidding.
A Spice Girls themed pizza place. Slice up your life.
I'm a marketing genius.
And you know what? You've spiced up your life here on Hot Ones. Going down the gauntlet, 10 vegan wings up, 10 vegan wings down. How is the hangover?
I'm dealing with a whole new set of issues now, so
But
it's
the
good.
hangover completely cured, and you're welcome, Halsey. Now there's nothing left to do but meet you halfway and roll out the red carpet. This camera, this camera, this camera. Let the people know what you have going on in your life.
My album Manic is available now on all digital service providers. There's a bunch of really cool videos on YouTube, and I'm leaving for the Manic World Tour this summer, and you better come see it. Thanks for having me, guys. Woo!
Good job. Good job.
Okay.
We made it.
I've been more nervous for this than my album release.
Whoa.
I'm not kidding. I was like laying awake in bed the other night. My album was out in Australia, and I was laying there staring at the ceiling, literally being like, I'm gonna do this, right? Like, I'm gonna be okay. Like with this panic in my chest. I called my boyfriend. I was like, I have such bad anxiety. He was like, about the album? I was like, no, about Hot Ones. Oh my God, what is happening to me?
Hey, what's going on, Hot Ones fans? This is Sean Evans, and I am so excited to announce that after years of hard work, it is finally here. Hot Ones, the game show on truTV. Two teams compete for a shot at hot sauce glory, all the while eating some of the spiciest chicken wings ever. There is a lot of sweating, a considerable amount of puking, but then you also have cash, milkshakes, the Pepperdome, and the place is going wild. Hot Ones, the game show. You do not want to miss it. Check your local listings, only on truTV.